Hi. Um, One of the most difficult books in the Bible that, that I have that I've read in the Bible is the Book of Job, and that's that's basically because it's mostly discourses from Job and his three friends, and also also from also from a also from a stranger and from God Himself. I mean, it's it's pretty much a boring book, um, and strangely, if you read the whole thing through, it should only take you about 2 hours to complete it. Um, the basic synopsis of the book is that Job is the wealthiest man in the wealthiest man in the people of the East, and he had flocks and herds. He had 7 sons and 3 daughters, and they would go and party, and Job would make sacrifices for his sons and daughters in case they sinned, and then God has a conversation with Satan. And he said, look at my friend Job. He he's so righteous. He he loves God and he avoids evil. And Satan is like, does Job fear God for nothing? Look at you, pamper him like a pet, and no, I mean, no wonder he sounded so good. I mean, you prosper everything that's in his hands, but now take away everything that he owns in his family, and see if he won't curse you to your face. And God is like, all right, I'll leave it into your hands, but don't harm him. And so Job goes through the loss of his family, the loss of his flocks and herds. He he becomes bankrupt and um, bereaved overnight, and he ends up tearing his clothes, shaving his head, kneeling down to worship, and he's like, "The Lord gives and the Lord takes. Blessed be the name of the Lord." And and all this, Job did not sin or charge God with wrong. And then God again tells him, look at my friend Job. He he's a righteous. He loves God and he avoids evil, and even though you get me to you incited me to strike him without cause, he still holds on to his integrity. And Satan is like, skin for skin. He, a man would give everything for his life, but now touch his flesh and bone and see if he won't curse you to your face. And God says, all right, I'll leave him into your hands, but don't kill him. And so Satan goes out and he inflicts Job with boils all over his skin, and he's like suffering really greatly. And his wife is like, "Are you still holding on to your integrity? Curse God and die." And Job is like, "You talk like a foolish woman. Um, we accept good things from God. Why can't we accept bad things?" And of course, Job again does not sin. And of course, this is where his three friends, Eliphaz the Temanite, Bildad the Shuhite, and Zophar the Naamathite come in, and they and he just sit with Job for in 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 that in that place where it's basically a dump for about 7 days and 7 nights. And then Job opens his mouth and basically curses the day he is born, and and then his three friends get into the act and start started providing comfort, if you can call what they say comfort. I mean, they start slowly get get getting on Job's nerves. I mean, saying you must have sinned because you suffered all this. Why don't you repent? And Job is like, no, I'm not. I I haven't sinned, and I'm not going to con- confess that to any of you. I mean, Job's and he called more for Job's friends keep egging him on. The more Job defends himself and ends up calling his friends miserable comforters. And then and then eventually Job shuts up, and Elihu comes on the scene. He rebukes Job and his three friends, and saying that they're all wrong. And then the Lord comes in, and though Job is begging for answers from God, he doesn't get any answers from God about why he's suffering. Instead, he gets questions. I mean, like, where were you when I created the world, and on a whole lot of that stuff. And jo- Job has asked a lot of questions that he basically can't answer, and Job is like humbled and feel feels like a total heel before God. And but 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 God tells Job's three friends that they have not spoken right as Job has spoken, and so they have to give give him sacri- a sacrifice, and Job will pray for them. And at the end, Job's fortunes are restored. He gets a new family. He has 7 sons and 3 daughters, and Job lives to an old age, and he dies. Of course, there's no mention of what happened to Satan. He just appeared in the early chapters of the book, and doesn't really stick around for the finish. Pretty typical. Anyway, that's all I really have to say about the Book of Job. It's a boring book, but it's one that I constantly read through in my reading through of the Bible.